Hello, everyone. Welcome to Flux English. This is a place where English feels calm, friendly, and real.
Hi, everyone. It's great to have you here today. At Flux English, we don't rush. We learn slowly, step by step, just like in real life.
My name is Casey.
And I'm Henry. We'll be learning English together today.
So, Henry, let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like time goes really fast?
All the time. Some days feel busy, but when the day ends, I'm not sure what I actually did.
Yeah, I feel that too. You're moving all day, but nothing really stays in your mind.
And sometimes you tell yourself, I'll do it later. I'll start tomorrow. I'll wait until I'm ready.
Exactly. And that's why today's topic is don't waste your time.
This episode is not about pressure. It's not about working harder or being perfect.
It's about noticing time, how we use it, and how easily it slips away.
If you're learning English or thinking about changing something in your life, this conversation is for you.
Before we continue, if you enjoy learning with us, please like this video and subscribe to Flux English.
Your support really helps us keep making simple, real English content.
All right, let's begin.
Let's talk about time and the moments we don't even notice.
Henry, I want to ask you something. Do you ever feel tired, even on days when you didn't do much?
Yeah, I know that feeling. It's a strange kind of tired. Not from work, but from nothing special.
Exactly. Some days I feel busy from morning to night, but when I stop and think, I can't really say what I did.
I feel the same way. It's like the day is full, but at the same time, it's empty.
For me, it often starts with my phone. I pick it up to check one message, just one.
And then 10 or 20 minutes disappear.
Yes, and when I put the phone down, I don't feel relaxed. I just feel like time slipped away.
That happens to me at night. I tell myself I'll just watch one short video before bed.
Let me guess, it's never just one video.
Never. 1 becomes 3, 3 becomes 10, and suddenly it's very late.
And the next morning, you feel more tired than before.
Exactly. And I ask myself, why didn't I stop earlier?
Sometimes I think it's because these moments feel easy. They don't ask anything from us.
Yeah, no thinking, no effort, no risk.
But after that, there's this quiet feeling inside. Not guilt, just a small disappointment.
I know that feeling well. It's like telling yourself, I had time, but I didn't use it.
And it's not only about phones or videos. Sometimes it's about waiting.
Waiting for what?
Waiting to feel ready. Waiting to feel confident. Waiting for the perfect moment.
I do that with English. I tell myself, I'll speak when I'm better.
I do that too. I think, I'll start when I have more time.
But more time never really comes.
No, time just keeps moving, whether we're ready or not.
And while we wait, days quietly pass.
That's the scary part. Nothing dramatic happens, no big mistake.
Just many small moments that we don't notice.
And one day we look back and think, I waited so long.
Yeah, not because we were lazy, but because waiting felt safe.
Maybe wasting time isn't about doing nothing.
Maybe it's about staying comfortable for too long.
That sounds very real.
And a little uncomfortable to hear.
Which means it's probably true.
Yeah, let's talk about that idea next.
About waiting for the right time.
You know, Casey, the idea of waiting for the right time sounds very reasonable.
Yeah, it sounds smart. It sounds careful.
We tell ourselves, I'm not ready yet. I need more practice. I'll start when things are calmer.
I say that a lot, especially when something feels important.
Same here. The more important it is, the longer I wait.
Because starting means you can fail.
Exactly. Waiting feels safer.
When you wait, nothing bad happens, but nothing really happens either.
I remember wanting to change my routine. Wake up earlier, study a little before work.
And did you do it?
Not at first. I kept saying, next week will be better, next month will be easier.
Let me guess. Next week looked a lot like this week.
Yeah, same mornings, same excuses.
I think we imagine the right time as something perfect. More energy, more confidence, more free time.
But real life doesn't work like that.
No, life is usually a little messy, a little busy.
And if we wait for everything to feel perfect, we might wait forever.
That's the part no one really talks about.
Waiting feels like doing something, but it's actually not moving.
Yeah, you feel busy in your head, but your life stays in the same place.
I used to think motivation comes first, then action comes after.
Me too, but now I'm not so sure.
I think sometimes action comes first, and motivation follows.
That's interesting. So you don't wait to feel ready.
You start even when you don't feel ready.
That sounds uncomfortable.
It is, but waiting too long is uncomfortable too, just in a quieter way.
That's true. One hurts now, the other hurts later.
And the later pain is usually regret.
Yeah, that's a heavy word.
But a real one.
So maybe the right time isn't something we find.
Maybe it's something we create.
By starting small.
By starting today.
Even if today doesn't feel special.
Especially if it doesn't.
Let's talk about that next.
About small starts and why they matter more than we think.
Henry, can I tell you a small story?
Of course. I'm listening.
It's not a big story, no drama, just something very normal.
Those are usually the most real ones.
A few years ago, I knew someone who wanted to change their life.
In what way?
They wanted to improve their English. Not to be perfect, just to feel more confident.
That already sounds familiar.
Yeah, they watched videos, they saved lessons, they followed many English pages.
But they didn't really start.
Exactly. They kept saying, I'll study seriously next month. This month is too busy.
Let me guess. Next month became next year.
It did. Time passed quietly.
What happened then?
One day, they met an old friend.
And?
The friend had started learning English at the same time, but in a very simple way. 10 minutes a day. Nothing special.
Just consistent.
Yes. And now the friend could speak, not perfectly, but clearly, confidently.
That must have hurt a little.
It did. Not in a jealous way, more like a quiet sadness.
Because they realized something.
Yes, the difference wasn't talent, it wasn't intelligence.
It was time.
Or, more exactly, what they did with time.
That's powerful.
The sad part is, they didn't waste time on bad things.
They were just waiting.
Waiting to feel ready, waiting to feel confident.
Waiting for the right version of themselves.
But that version never came.
Because it only comes after you start.
Yes, not before.
That story feels very close.
I think many people are living that story right now, quietly.
Not failing, just postponing.
And postponing looks harmless.
Until you look back.
And realize how much time has passed.
That's why this topic matters.
Not to scare people.
But to wake them up gently.
Yeah, time doesn't shout, it whispers.
And if we don't listen, it just keeps going.
Let's talk next about a different way to look at time.
Yeah, not as an enemy, but as something we can work with.
You know, after hearing that story, it's easy to feel like time is cruel.
Yeah, like time is always taking something away from us.
But lately, I've been thinking, maybe time isn't the enemy.
What do you mean?
Time doesn't rush us. It doesn't judge us. It just exists.
That's true. Time is the same for everyone.
The difference is how we live inside it.
I like that. Living inside time, not fighting it.
When people say, I don't have time, it usually means something else.
It means this isn't a priority right now.
Exactly. And that's not a bad thing. It's just honest.
The problem starts when we say, I don't have time about things that actually matter to us.
Like learning, or growing, or changing something small in our life.
I think we imagine time as something big, like we need hours to make progress.
But progress doesn't need hours.
It needs consistency.
10 minutes a day sounds small.
Almost too small to matter.
But 10 minutes every day becomes something powerful.
Because time adds things quietly.
You don't see it on day 1,
Or day 5.
but one day you suddenly notice, I'm better than before.
That's the beautiful part. Time rewards what we repeat.
Not what we plan,
That line hurts a little.
but it's true.
We often spend more time planning to start than actually starting.
And planning feels productive.
But action changes things,
Even small action.
especially small action.
So maybe the question isn't, how much time do I have?
But what can I do with the time I already have?
That feels more gentle.
And more possible.
Time doesn't need us to be perfect.
It just needs us to show up.
Let's talk next about how to start without waiting for motivation.
Yeah, because motivation is not always there.
But action can be.
Can I tell you something honestly?
Sure.
When people hear start now, they often feel stressed.
Yeah, it sounds like pressure.
Like they suddenly need to change everything.
Wake it earlier, work harder, be more disciplined.
But that's not what we mean.
Not at all.
Starting doesn't have to be big.
It rarely is.
Most real change begins very quietly.
So quietly that no one else notices.
Sometimes even you don't notice.
You just sit down, you open a book, you listen for 5 minutes.
No big promise, no perfect plan.
Just one small action.
I think that's why small starts work.
They don't scare us.
They don't ask us to be confident.
They just ask us to begin.
When I tried to wait for motivation, I waited a long time.
Me too. Motivation comes and goes
But small habits stay.
because they fit into real life
A busy life, a tired life.
and imperfect life
I like that. Imperfect life.
because that's the only kind we have.
And when you start small, you don't feel like you're failing,
You feel like you're showing up,
even on bad days.
especially on bad days.
5 minutes still counts.
One sentence still counts.
One small effort still matters.
Time notices repetition, not intensity.
That's such a good point.
Doing a little many times changes more than doing a lot once.
So maybe today isn't about doing more.
Maybe it's about doing less, but doing it every day.
That feels possible.
And possible is better than perfect.
Let's slow down in the next part.
Yeah, let's reflect a little.
You know, Casey, when we talk about time like this, I start thinking about my own days.
Me too. Not the big moments, just the normal ones.
The mornings that all looked the same.
The evenings when you sit down and feel tired, but you don't really know why.
And then you tell yourself, tomorrow will be different.
But tomorrow usually looks a lot like today.
Not because we don't care, but because we're comfortable.
Comfort is quiet. It doesn't shout at you.
It just says, stay here. This is easy.
And easy feels good in the moment.
But later, there's a small question inside.
What am I actually doing with my time?
I don't ask that question every day.
Me neither.
But when I do, it's usually at night.
Yeah, when everything is quiet.
That's a good way to say it.
I think reflection doesn't need answers.
It just needs honesty,
Not judging yourself.
not feeling guilty,
Just noticing patterns.
like how often we wait.
Or how often we choose comfort over growth.
Growth sounds like a big word.
But it can be very small.
A different choice.
A few minutes used differently.
A habit that feels boring at first.
Boring but meaningful.
I like that combination.
Me too. Meaningful doesn't have to be exciting.
It just has to be honest.
And I think that's what time asks from us.
Not perfection,
Not speed.
just attention.
Paying attention to how we live.
And choosing, slowly, to live a little more on purpose.
That doesn't happen in one day.
But it starts in one moment.
Maybe even right now.
Let's leave our listeners with that feeling.
Yeah, one quiet moment.
So here we are at the end of today's conversation.
Yeah, and if you're still listening, thank you for spending your time with us.
We talked about time, not in a big dramatic way.
Just in the way it shows up every day.
The waiting, the small habits, the moments we don't notice.
And maybe you saw a little bit of yourself in this episode.
If you did, that's a good thing.
It means you're paying attention.
We're not here to tell you what to change.
Or how fast you should move.
We just wanted to remind you of one thing.
Your time matters.
Even the small pieces of it.
Especially the small pieces.
If this episode helped you slow down for a moment or think a little differently,
Please like this video and subscribe to Flux English.
your support helps us continue creating calm, real English conversations like this.
And now we'd love to hear from you.
Take a moment and ask yourself,
What is one small thing you don't want to keep waiting for?
it doesn't have to be big.
Just something honest.
You can share it in the comments.
And if you see someone else's comment,
Leave them a kind message.
a simple "you can do it" goes a long way.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for learning with us.
This is Flux English.
See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.